So welcome to the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship 2013. This is Riga, Latvia, the capital of Latvia. Close to 700,000 people in this town. It's winter here in Riga, a bit cold, but fairly nice weather still. And this is the Volvo Sports Centre. Feature game today will be between Canada and Denmark. Both at 1 win and 1 loss. So it looks like we're close to kick off this game here after just the national anthem. Canada's lineup: Lisa Weigel, Alison Kreviazik, Emma Miskew as third, and at skip we have Rachel Homan. For Denmark, Maria Poulsen is lead. Their second player is Jana Ellegaard. At third, we'll see Helle Simonsen. And again, we'll have Lena Nielsen at skip for Team Denmark. Here's the standings. Switzerland at 3 wins. Germany, Andrea Schupp, off to a good start, 2 wins as well. Sweden also at 2 wins. Denmark, 1 against China, but 1 loss as well. So these are the other games going on in the arena today. Germany, Scotland, Sweden, United States, and Japan, Latvia. So while the teams are just doing their final preparations before the game, I'd like to welcome Richard Harding. My name is Sander Elvåg. Good evening, Richard.
Hello, Sander. We're all set for this game. Quite an interesting one, I think, between Denmark and Canada. This team from Denmark have played pretty well the last year or two at the World Women's Curling Championship. Same team. Of course, for Canada, it's a brand new team to World Championship play. And they met Scotland in the opening game, which was a bit too tough for them, but since then they are on the way with a win. Big host nation, Latvia.
So this is Maria Poulsen, lead for Denmark. Starting off the game, for me it would be pretty important for Denmark to get the hammer in this game. Obviously couldn't do that, so Rachel Homan will have the last on advantage. Lisa Weigel, lead for Canada. The tick shot master. It'll be interesting to see if Rachel Homan will call the tick shot in this game. Certainly couldn't do that in our previous broadcast game of Canada. They were trailing Scotland from early on. But I think it's really important for Denmark to be the first one on the scoreboard here. We certainly do have some stones in play already. Lisa Weigel slips a bit too deep, and Maria Poulsen can follow this draw. I think Denmark just got to make sure not to fall behind in this game. You know that Rachel Homan's team really plays the defensive game well, and they're just going to run away if they ever get a 2-point lead. It might just be important for Lennon Nelson to close down the centre line for Rachel Holman, as they're very well suited to score with hammer. These are the rules of play. You have to play 6 ends minimum in the round robin stages, and you'll have 73 minutes of playing time per team. That should be enough, Richard.
Should be enough indeed. During that time they can choose to have a consultation with the coach if they want on one occasion.
All the way back then. Stopping.
So this opening end.
Yep.
Denmark with the first stone just short of the house. Canada drawing round it, but behind the tee line. And Denmark following. This one open for Jane Ellegaard to remove.
Jana's been quite solid so far. Seen her play 2 games. Making a lot of shots. Now just looking for a hit and roll, really. Over curl and roll a bit too far.
Stays in play, so still perhaps of some use.
And we'll take our first look at Alison Krajewczyk. Didn't have the best of games against Scotland. I hate to bring it up, but you do remember the fall where she burned a rock to Rachel Holman's trying to flank the end against Eve. And it's not gonna come off to a good start here. Keeps the centre guard in play, removes her own, and now there's 3 yellows in the house. Well, a good chance for Denmark to apply some pressure on Canada.
But the last stone advantage here belongs to Rachel Holman. Canadian team from Ottawa.
I think maybe they were looking to come into the rings here, but it's gonna stop a bit short of the rings. And again, I think we'll see a run back from Alison Krajewczyk.
Interesting shot she's trying here, trying to raise her own stone. Right onto the one further in. Oh, well.
Yeah. Maybe not the exact way they were looking to play that shot, but it certainly removes a couple of yellows and does open up the centre line. So pretty nice result there for Krajewczyk. Just stayed off it whole way down.
Yeah, just caught the edge of that one and no more.
So this is Hella Simonsen, 3rd for Denmark. Lost to Japan earlier today. Very close fought game. And I'll be hoping for the same here.
Well, pretty good shot there, really. A little bit further would be better still. Denmark have to try and engineer a point from this end without having the last stone advantage, which of course belongs to Rachel Holman.
Emma Mescu, 3rd for Canada. Had some struggles against Scotland as well. Just a lot of half shots in that game for her. Can't quite make the roll this time. And again, Denmark with a chance to sit 2.
So roll behind the cover there would have been a nice result for them. But they swept it to
She wanted up normal on the left.
keep it straight. Now they give that opportunity to Canada.
Just normal? Yep.
Second shot of Canadian third and a miscue. Hoping for the roll off this. Certainly curling.
Sit.
Yeah, this was the problem for MSQ when they played Even Your Head. Just kind of half shot, just rolling too far or not rolling when she was looking to roll, etc. Just need to be a bit more precise.
Tight slide or? Yeah, I think it's in that tight. Oh. My bad.
Would be a nice start for Lena Nelson to force Canada to take their win here. Well, firstly, she needs to stick this one. Quite a solid shot maker, Nelson. No problems this time. Finds the nose hit. And they lied to.
I was not keeping it extra. I don't know the weight at all. It'd be a complete guess. I think you can bury this way. Even if you leave it here, it's jammable. Then you know your draw weight for the next one. Yours came down on your. Well, both of them came down, but they ran
attacking call,
pretty
Sandra.
nicely. Okay.
Well, they were looking to play the hit and roll, but if you don't make it, you're pretty much forced to take your one.
Yeah.
Play the draw here.
Relatively fresh. We haven't thrown anything in the middle of this practice. Good extension.
I guess worst thing would be that you have to draw against 3 in the end, but it's a nice chance to practice your draw weight. You might just have to play the same shot again. So let's get Rachel Homan just with the intern here. And if you ever make this one really good, yeah, you might just set up yourself for a 2 here. Might as well just come a bit deep here. Just going to make sure to lie shot though. And I think that's just enough. Oh, maybe not. Camera angle does lie sometimes for us.
Is that T-line at top 12? Weird. Yeah.
I don't think Lena Nelson would call the straight draw here if Canada was lying 1. Or maybe. Really looks red, doesn't it, Richard? Not sure if you can see it from the commentator bench though.
Pretty hard to see which one lies first shot, but
certainly is fully covered, but you believe it'd be possible to just come down and bump it a wee bit. I guess that will be the option.
I think that's the plan anyway. Just tapped it back and we'll end up lying 2.
Yeah, there we go. That was certainly a shot to make. Has left a double though, but I don't think Canada is lying second. No, sorry. Yep, second. So same draw for Rachel Homan. Well, the best start for them. Couple of slack shots to start off the end, and they were just on the back foot the whole way. Really nice run back though by Krviazuk. Certainly cleared things up. So just play this draw here, Rachel. Should be pretty close. Came a bit deep with the first one. So maybe to take off a few feet weight. Last stone of the first end. Facing 2 yells. Looks like Weagle and Kerviazik's really sweeping this one.
It's on the top one.
And this one's going to pull up way short. Wow.
2.
So, looks like a steal of 2 for Denmark on the first end. And that was quite a surprising last stone from Rachel Homan.
Yeah, that's a rare miss by the Canadian skip. Usually so solid. But after one end, Denmark will take a 2-point lead. So second in now. Maria Pilson will start again as he did steal 2 in the first. Well, that certainly was the best for Denmark. Couldn't get hammer and score 2 with last stone, but managed to pick up steal 2 instead. And I think that's certainly the way to beat the Canadians. Be up early.
Vi er lige lidt længere ude, end hun dragede, fordi hun sætter den ud af.
So just sweeping that first stone into the house.
It's close. Really light.
Big scrub from Miscu and Krivyazik here. Just going to creep over the hog line, and this was a problem when they did play Scotland. Weagle did get good numbers during that game, but just those corner guards were often very tight to the centre line and very long. What's the problem with that, Richard?
Well, I'm not sure why they would want to do that. Bring it a little bit tighter to the house. The stones are curling quite a long way, so if you come round the corner guard, it's basically not that hard to move it out. I would certainly have the stones closer to the house than just over the hog line.
Yeah, other problem as well is you might just block off the out-turn draw if you ever need to catch the forefoot for your one in the end. So it just might create more problems than solutions for Canada to put the corner guard there. And now a very nice centre guard by Maria Poulsen. And I think that's the way to go about it for the Danes. Make sure you close off the centre line. Get that centre guard in play. Make sure Canada needs to deal with it. So, don't want to make it too easy for them. And certainly they haven't been playing those difficult shots very well. So I just want to pressure them to make some more aggressive calls, aggressive shots this time. Not quite sure if they were looking for the tick shot or if they were trying to come around the corner guard. Couldn't see the call. But we'll just move that centre a bit off the line. Slides into the house. And there's an open hit for Maria Poulsen.
So leaving a pretty straightforward shot for Denmark. They get the roll across. Will be partly covered by that long guard. We can just head off to sheet A, the far side of the ice. And Eve Muirhead from Scotland has last stone here.
Clean it back, clean it back.
Trying
It's okay, it's okay.
to play a draw shot for a single point against that German stone in the 8-foot circle. This one's looking a bit heavy. And it is heavy with the draw. So a steal of a point to Andrea Schupp. Champion 2 years ago in Swift Current, Canada.
Certainly, Andrea Schupp has plenty of experience. Has a quite a young team though. Didn't finish quite well at the Europeans in Karlstad last December. Actually, ended up in the challenge spot in the A group. Didn't have to play the game though because Latvia won the B group. Obviously they had the spot here hosting the Worlds. But with a couple of points from last Worlds, so with a decent finish here, they might just be playing the Olympics. Back in our sheet though, it's Jana Ellegard and the intern draw.
Fairly good shot, but
How much, Alex?
How much weight do you want?
completely covered
Back 12?
by the guard. We can see at the top of the picture there.
It's the same ice as my control.
Oh, your last one was hacked.
Okay.
It just got out.
It came down a lot.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
A good thing for Rachel Holman now is that centre guard is a foot or so away from the centre line, so should probably have the win foot available for our score. Just want to set themselves up for two here around that wide centre. So, not being able to come to the inside here, just going to roll to the open.
We can go across to sheet B next door. US. Erica Brown for the US playing against Sweden. On the first end. It looks like she's trying to split for two. Well, she taps the stone in the front up, but her shooter doesn't roll far enough, and it will be a single point for the United States. Back to our game. Emma Miskew. Trying to make the draw behind this guard, but she's passed it by quite a long way.
Go. Okay, and
Lasse Laverson, Danish coach in this championship. Ella Simonsen then this time going for the hit, and hopefully roll behind. Oh, she catches the guard. It's a bad one.
Yeah, it's going to allow Canada to maybe sit two here.
That was what could turn out to be an important miss. Canadian coach is Errol Morris from Ottawa. steady weight at this. Just waiting for it to draw a little bit. Make a hit on the nose, or just off centre. So Canada do indeed lie 2 shots here.
I threw a bit down in my hand, but I was like bored at the end. Yeah. Everything's really done.
So skip stones now remaining in this second end. Denmark leading 2-0. Canada lying 2 shots.
Well, there's 3 red stones in the house there. Make sure not to set up a double for Rachel Homan. Probably looking to hit and roll to the right of the sheet as we see it now. Maybe even roll over and corner freeze the Canadian stone. That would be absolutely perfect.
Also need to be a little careful on the takeout. Well, just a hit on the nose, really.
I think it's just
needed to roll there.
Just good enough, though. Don't think I'll be able to play a double on stick here. Might just see another nose hit from Rachel Homan. Good chance to score 2 back here.
A little roll Ali's way? No, a little bit. Just be careful. Stay with it the whole way. Okay.
Keep it clean unless you call off.
Okay.
Spots are moving. It's like split seconds. You have to be close to them.
How much weight reach?
Control.
Okay.
Come a little up. It's okay. It really moves.
Okay. Be clean on.
Control. Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Just trying to make the connection perhaps to,
Okay. Oh, the other way.
well, more or less a hit on the nose for Canada to lie 2.
Yeah.
Who's calling throw?
Have to overcall it, otherwise you lose it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Vi spiller linje nu.
Vi skal bevæge sig lidt mere.
Ja.
The last one for Lennon Nelson here. In the second end, looks like Canada might just score 2 here, but with a good hit and roll, might just make that a bit difficult for Rachel Homan.
Go, Helle, go, go, go!
Let's see what she got. No, can't roll far enough. And I wonder, is there a flat double here to score 3? Or
Like a down normal?
Sure.
probably not going for it at this stage of the game. Gonna make sure to get your 2 here.
How much? Normal, down normal.
So the last stone here in the second end. Denmark leading 2-0 with a steal of 2 points in the first end.
Make it good. Yeah.
How much, sorry?
And Richard Holman simply needs to hit and stick for 2 to tie the game back up at 2-all. Sweep it all the way.
Oh, Jenna.
And this could just roll too far.
Certainly looks close. I think maybe I'd roll too far there.
I think it's red, but
Be-
do you want to measure
Be
it?
a measure for the shot, the second shot. Canada definitely get 1, but we need to get the second shot here.
Red? So 2? Yes.
I thought it looked yellow. I'm off my game today, Richard.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Well,
to be,
2 for Canada, and it's going to be all tied after 2.
Yep, you're gonna take it.
Denmark will have hammer in the third end. So still things are pretty even between the teams. If you're just joining us here in Riga, Latvia, just like to welcome you to the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship. Our future game here is between Canada and Denmark. They've played 2 ends so far. It's 2 each, and it's Lisa Weigel to start this third end. And I think Rachel Homan has called a centre guard. But Sweepers just backing off at the whole way. Will set line though, in time. Maria Paulsen just gonna come around the centre.
Came back for even with down weight.
Maybe just overthrew that one a little bit there. Lisa Weigel rolls out. As we hop over to sheet D, it's Japan playing home nation Latvia. A couple of red stones in the house. Need to cut Japan down here. Or certainly best of all, try and score your one. Sweepers really on this one. And you know you're in trouble when your vice skip comes out to help. That's not going to be enough. Won't even make it to the rings, and looks like a steal of 3 for Japan. They will take a 4-0 lead after 2. So things aren't really panning out the way they were hoping for. Latvia. Krivyazik with the run back here. We'll make it pretty good. Can't stick the red one in behind cover, but certainly a good shot by the Canadian second. Some wonderful pictures here from our cameraman. Sometimes even better to watch on TV than live. Rolls a bit too far there. Jana Ellegaard.
So just going to the Germany-Scotland game. Eve Muirhead on the second end. Having won her opening game against Canada, always a good win to have. She got well beaten by Sweden earlier today.
Yeah,
Here she has a draw for 2, which she makes. Goes ahead 2-1 over Germany.
That wasn't bad.
Better shot there after coming up a bit heavy in the first end, giving up a steal of 1. Andrea Schupp played really well against Canada, and I was talking to one of our co-commentators, Kenny Edwards. Apparently it wasn't necessarily Eve's fault that they lost so heavily to Sweden earlier today. Actually, he told me Eve was the only one that showed up for the game, more or less. Certainly as a team game, every single player needs to have a good day if you want to win the game. Well, here we go. Almost makes the perfect roll in behind the guard. Bit of a trick shot.
Slightly fortunate result.
Will actually tuck a piece here. Will force Emma Miskew to play the hack weight.
Stay close, yep.
One. No, that's heavy. She's got hack. Okay. Hack reach. Nothing yet.
Big weight at this. Just to curl a bit to stay in the rings. Well, she removes the Danish stone but runs out herself. The stone in play now is that red Canadian counter that we see just in front of the house.
I think it might be. Sorry, Richard.
There's a chance for Denmark to try and draw around behind that.
I think I might just be tempted to peel it off, really, having last on. Just going to allow Denmark, Canada a chance to maybe force it to take your one. If you come deep here, you're in big trouble. And you don't really have to score in the third end. Could very well have black down here, but we'll draw. Well, I think you're pretty much in the open. No, not really close to coming around the guard there. And we'll leave that. That's hit and roll for Emma Miskew. So he needs to step up a little bit here and make a couple of good ones. But again, just not going to be perfect here. Way outside, and I'm not really sure what the problem is here. If they're just being really inconsistent with their throws, making it hard for Homan to give them ice, or if they're not figuring out the stones, it's just not quite what we are used to seeing from the very strong and young team of Rachel Homan.
Chance here then for Denmark to come around this guard, having seen the ice the last time. Taking too much ice, didn't draw enough for them. It's a better line.
Better result this time for Simonsen on her draw. So with that draw, might very well score 2, but still a couple of shots left to go from Rachel Homan. Looks like she's called the freeze here.
So skip stones now in the third end. Canada going first, of course. Nielsen.
Really hard. Hard.
Trying to come round here. Just ending up short, taking the front stone. That's the second time she's been short. So we move across to the next sheet. Sweden against the United States. Maria Pritz, who plays fourth stones for Sweden, going for the hit. And that will be a count of 3 points for Sweden. They assume a 3-1 advantage over the United States.
So, Lena Nelson haven't quite been able to make a decision yet. Obviously, Rachel Holman has that red stone at the top of the house. But I do think the downturn draw is the call here. And I think they're just going to try and keep it slightly high up in the house, maybe just top of the 8 foot. Don't want to come to the top of the 4 here, maybe leave a simple pocket for Rachel Holman to run that red one into. Just gonna try and make sure that Holman won't be able to remove both yellows. Maybe even just half tucked behind that stone at the top of the 12.
Well, you can certainly draw behind stones even in the house. Considerable amount of curl on the shot at the end.
Maybe a bit too much here, Richard.
She's going to bump into it.
Oh, that's
not too good there.
Oh no.
But Denmark do lie 1 in the 4 foot circle with only 2 stones remaining.
I think I'm a little more.
What did you say? I just took that.
Yeah. And then she was about here, but soft.
Yeah, trying hard, the girls here. Just not enough.
It might end up not that bad if Canada don't get round with theirs, and they just saw Rachel Holman miscue in her last guard.
A little more extension out here to help it carry.
Her last draw, sorry.
Like,
Coming up short.
okay.
Maybe just a bit slower down this particular track, as both Holman and Lena Nelson pulling up short in both their draws.
Yep. Line's good. Yep. Wait on me.
Going a bit further out here.
Whoa.
Yep, she's out on the
Line's good.
unplayed stuff there.
Only if you have to.
Coming now and drawing quite effectively. Well, it's a cracking shot from Rachel Holman after her previous one. Really good draw shot into the top of the button to lie first shot, guarded.
I like that throw better.
That's very nice. Well swept as well, just kind of controlled this one down. Good communication. It's a team shot really, and it's going to create a few problems for Denmark now with those stones staggered at the top.
But even my first one, like, you guys are keeping like you
The last 2 or 3 shots here illustrate exactly why you don't want to put the short stones there. All looks quite good for, or it did look quite good for Denmark with that yellow stone lying. But it doesn't look very good now that they've drawn right round behind them, because those front 2 stones, the top of the 12 foot circle, the blue circle with the red stone in it, the yellow one just outside it, they are half checking, so there is no way you can raise anything onto the red stone of Canada. And in fact, it's quite difficult to come around that yellow one and tap the Canadian one back to lie shot even. So the only shot really is the out-turn draw, which is the one they're showing. As we look at it from the overhead picture there, from it will go from left to right coming into the house on that picture. Tap the yellow up into the rings to lie first shot. Tough shot actually.
Yeah,
Really
really.
just got to catch the right part of the stone to do the tap up.
Yeah, really difficult shot. Need to catch it really thin. Can't throw too much weight either. You don't want to split it and give up a steal or two. I think she's not
might have the weight quite nicely, but it could be touch heavy.
Well, let's see what she got here. Pretty close. Just not enough there. Maybe just had a bit, just not enough weight.
Good try, but not quite.
Well, that's how quickly an end can turn around, Richard.
Nice throw.
Denmark looking so good for their two, and one miss from her, Glenn Nelson, and a perfect draw by Rachel Homan. They steal one, and I might just get the engine going for Team Canada.
So in number 4 here in evening play at the 2013
I really curled. I felt like it was grabbing, so I...
Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship
Tell her it really curled from
in Riga, Latvia. First time that Latvia have hosted any form of major championship. We are in the Volvo Centre here for this year's championship. Canada starting off the 4th end. They put their first stone into the house just beyond the tee line, and now Denmark having to come from behind. They got the best possible start with the steal of 2 in the first end, but since then it's gone Canada's way.
%79% so far for Lisa Weigel in the week. Not too bad, but I think she would like to creep over the 80 into the 80s, maybe even close to the 90s. Certainly the lead will play the easier shots, but again, you should really make them perfect all the time. Really sets your team up well. So should never underestimate the importance of those first shots. And with the first one being the back 4 and the second one being a bit too far from the house for my liking, it hasn't really set up too well for Team Canada. And Paulson's guard, well, a bit far from the house, but at least it's way off the center line. So it'll leave Denmark a bit of room. So trying to come around the center now. Not going to do that, but nice option B, I think. That would be what we call a tick shot. Because if you ever remove that red stone from play, Rachel Homan would be able to replace it, as it would be within the free guard zone. But you're allowed to move them though, so nice result. And that's actually the type of shot that Rachel Homan calls from her lead, Lisa Weigel, very often. Although I haven't really seen them do that so far. You usually kind of have to be up in the game to call those shots. 78% for Alison Kraviazik. Also not terrible numbers, but It's always nice to have a bit more. Nicely lined up, but maybe just a bit deep there. We'll leave Denmark hit and roll to stick in the rings. So, yeah, Alligar just 80%. I think she's had a good start to the week. And again here, she's going to make a pretty good shot. Not sure if she rolled far enough there to tuck a piece. It doesn't seem like it, as Woman's calling the nose hit. But not easy to make those perfect rolls, Richard.
No, it's just got to judge it correctly with the sweeping. Throw it in the correct direction. So quite big weight at this to lie to. Draws across to guard the one at the back. Good play from Canada there.
And we'll see another hit and roll from Denmark. I often feel like well, that's the teams that make the hit and rolls well is often the teams that will win the game. Is that something you would agree with?
Well, in this kind of game for sure, because if you can hit and roll behind all the cover on a regular basis, you're setting up steals. But I think both teams have struggled to get the rolls just to the right place.
Yeah, this time just played a nose hit.
Do you like more?
Didn't really get the best option B either.
Okay.
Could have played a double. Well, just going to straight jam it. We'll leave the shooter right in front of the Canadian stone, however. So Emma Miskew at 83%. Guess she had a good game against Latvia today. Although it was slightly tight. I think Canada won 7-5.
They were ahead by more, but lost a couple of points at the end. So a bit fortunate with that. That pays the Danes back for the earlier shot, which was not dissimilar in its resulting good fortune.
80% for Hella Simonson. She's made some really nice shots, but just a bit inconsistent. Has had a couple of big misses as well. And now let's see where this is going to end up.
Needs to stop.
Needs to grow some teeth and dig in. Well, it's going to just slip to the back. Won't be in the rings, but will be third shot. That's a bit of a mistake by the Danish third.
Real tight or top 12. She wasn't preferable. Ali's yours ran pretty well here.
It curled a lot at the end. It ran straight for a while.
So chance here to guard that stone on the button belonging to Canada. They lie first and second shots and a chance to put up this guard. Fairly good looking line on that one.
I didn't realize it was so late, so I
But
called
I think Denmark can just pass it by a fraction and tap the red one out. trying to pull the stone as far as possible. It's going to be short again. So Sweden against USA. Back to this game. Sweden leading 3-1.
Line's good. Take a look. You can go, you can go.
Good shot from Erica Brown there.
Same. Is it slower? All the weights are dying over here.
I think this side's pretty good.
Take a point. Narrow the score to 3-2.
At least in this path, it should be good, right?
All right. Same weight that I threw last time then.
Line's good.
78% for Rachel Holman.
78% for Holman then. Missed a couple of draw shots, but otherwise pretty consistent. And of course a great draw with her last stone on the last end.
Hard.
And this one to lie 2.
You have to get by it.
Well, crowding to the 4-foot circle now.
Had to be there, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
See how tight that actually was to the top hill. Just sneaks by and keeps that second red for second shot.
They're going to be top button, we're going to be full button.
Yeah. Should be able to come down there. It depends how much weight they put.
So Lenny Nelson will be able to see some of this yellow. And certainly looks like they're going to play at it in some way.
So the out-turn tap back for the yellow here. Just has to tap it back enough to lie first shot on the button. Well, it won't be quite on the button, it will just be biting the white if she could move this red. Problem is, if she jams the red onto the one at the back, she may still end up only a second shot. It's not entirely clear from the overhead camera how that result will be. Nielsen playing 77%, so her and Holman more or less the same level of percentages. 78, 77. Just to get past this guard. No, she won't. Well, 2 stones now remaining in this end. 1 for Canada and 1 for Denmark.
Well, I think just gonna have to throw a guard of some sort, top 12, and make sure you guard your shot stone and you expose the yellow, because it doesn't look like Lenny Nelson can get one playing onto her yellow, as you mentioned, that jam. Just gonna hop over to sheet D first before they make up their mind there. Fujisawa, skip of Japan, with her last stone of the 4th end. Wasn't quite able to see how the house was looking before the shot, but certainly is a draw for Japan. And we'll pretty soon find out for how many. Well, only one really. Was facing 2 yellows, but still a nice lead for them. 5 shots to 1 after 4. Looking to pick up their second win. And it looks like Rachel Holman has made the call here. And I think the most important thing is to not overcurl the center line here.
Line's good.
Yeah, line. Over and up. 2.5. Over and
This one needs to draw a bit more, otherwise the chance for the tap back will remain. Do you think if the Yellowstones tap back onto the red, Sander, that red will still end up lying first shot? I think they will.
I think so, and that's why it was important for Rachel Homan to be on that side of the centre line and guarding her shot stone, because now it's going to be really hard for Lena Nilsson to come on the in turn and tap the shot stone back. Not sure if that shot is available. I just have to give up one here. You could maybe play up weight at it, but that's certainly risky. If you catch it too thin, you might give up more than one.
Probably come round the other hand and tap it into the gap. But you need to be really, really tight to that guard.
Yeah, she found a good spot for the guard there, Homan, and I'm not quite sure if she'll be able to score here. Looks like she's throwing a controlled takeout weight, maybe a normal weight. I'm just going to make sure that the other stick the shooter or the one you're hitting and the forfeit area to be second shot.
So last stone in this fourth end for Lena Nielsen, trailing 3-2 to Canada. Tight. As predicted. Just jamming that shot to leave Canada with the point and to steal them another one. They will go 4-2 ahead now after 4 ends.
Tell her to throw her 8.
First stone just in front of the house. Two stolen points for the Canadians. Ottawa.
Looking for the straight tap up. Well, over curl a wee bit, but will be able to push that one into the house. And with that corner guard from Maria Paulsen being in a bad spot, they're looking to come around it, come closer to the house, and then hoping that Rachel Homan will peel off the top one, leaving them a better guard to come around after. So not looking to come into the house here, just coming around the guard and tight to the house. And they're not going to quite get the line. So I think Rachel Homan's going to call the peel on that stone. be interesting to see if Canada can keep the defensive play up to a decent level. They haven't been too good with the attacking play so far this week, I think. Although I didn't see their game against Latvia. Certainly has been one of their strong suits earlier, just being able to run away from the game. Although did pick up a couple of steals here against Denmark. Jan Elgar again looking to come around the corner. Nice weight, but doesn't quite get the line here. And Kraviazek might as well just play the hit and roll.
Same way.
Towards the center line.
How much? Normal? Okay, it might move a bit more.
No pressure being put on the Canadians really in this end.
Yes! Hard! Hard for a roll. Go, go, go. It's too soft.
Just hits the sticks, but no real danger, I don't think. That shot.
97.
Sandet den.
Du vil ikke rulle på den der? Den har jo langt at rulle på.
Du vil helst rulle på den?
Jeg tænker bare... Har du nok luft til at rulle på den?
Bare nu har du lige fået cornergarden op. Hvad vil du, Shanna? Vil du have åbnet midten? Det er fint.
I'm just wondering whether to go around the corner guard there. Now I think deciding on the hit. Don't know about this. They're trailing by 2 points. Shot from Miscue.
That weight come down?
And we can just have a look at the Swedish game. Sweden, of course, winning earlier on today with a big win over Scotland. And here, a chance for 2 points for Sweden if they hit this and stick around. Hits and rolls, but still in the house, so they do indeed get 2 and move ahead of the United States by 5 shots to 2.
Den er godt. Du gør spille heller. Jeg har 9. Kan det passe? Du kan just do this. What do you like?
I'm on the split.
Yeah? Okay. Look at back 8.
Okay.
So we can hear the Canadians just discussing what to do. Draw to the back 8-foot circle.
Yes! Little light! Yes, go there! Yes! Hard! Top 8! Hard! Hard, keep it high! Top 8!
Serious sweeping here.
Is that 20 feet lighter in my hand? Huh? I thought it looked a little late, like I knew we had to quarter your hand.
Jeg vil skyde dig på vores, hvis den er med.
Men kommer vi ind på det der? Nå, det kan godt være selvfølgelig. Kan jeg ikke se.
9,5. 10,5.
Going for the hit on this. I'd be tempted to draw behind here, I must say, but no.
Ja! Wow!
Godt, Helle. Godt farvet.
Well, I don't think it gains you very much from a 2-point deficit.
Let's go this way.
You stay here, they
Certainly
can't
won't
draw
worry
around it.
Canada and
They're gonna
Julia, I
draw
don't
on
think.
everything.
But then
They
you
can
can
play a
tap
hit
it.
and maybe
They
take
draw an
the play away
overlap.
from this corner off to the other side of the house.
I don't know, just a touch inside is pretty good. If you want to roll on, we can.
I think I would rather roll on.
Hey. What tourney is Ryan's?
Even just there, she's not gonna come through that port.
Yeah.
If she does, it's pretty tough. So let's try and roll at least there. Like, well, no, I like coming this way because it's curling so much the other way.
Yeah.
Down normal.
We're just listening to what the plan is.
What's the shot?
Roll over a foot and a half.
Okay. How much?
Down normal.
Okay.
Be positive.
Yeah, the plan is to play a hit and roll towards the centre line here. They were discussing if they wanted to play the nose hit and
Lean in.
keep their shooter there,
Whoa!
or make the roll.
Roll it.
Did call the roll.
Okay.
Won't quite make it. So Emma Miske will get what she wanted.
Well, it wasn't ideal for Canada because they needed the stern of the house to make the Danes come after them. Now they've given Denmark a free opportunity to draw around these stones into the corner and lie first shot. Only shot.
Hvad siger vi herovre? Er
Ja.
den her kort?
Nej, jeg tror, det er lidt længere ude. Jeg tror, du spiller 95. 0, måske.
So the draw shot from Lena Nielsen here, her first stone in the fifth end. Pretty good weight, just has to get past this guard. That's an horrible shot.
Hvad sagde du?
Yeah, that's not good there.
A little bit further.
With that yellow being so close to the centre line. Hope we can put another win in there, the forefoot. Leave a pin draw maybe for Lena Nelson. So while she gets ready for that shot, we're going to nip over to the Latvia game. Latvian skip Iveta Stasa Sarsuni with the last stone here. Again, needing a lot of help from our sweepers. Trailing by 3 already. Is it going deep enough? I don't think so. Well, deep enough for second shot, but it's going to be a steal of 1 for Japan. 4 shots lead for them after 5 ends. Looking tough for the Team Latvia. As we see Holman coming perfectly around the guard. Maybe just a bit deep. Came so close to the guard. Actually overcurled the shot. And has left
You were all there.
pretty much the whole forfeit for Lena Nelson. Thought that looked good. Just really swung at the end there. And certainly was a bit deeper than I initially thought. So.
But as far as Canada are concerned, I think mission accomplished. They're trying to force the Danes to take a point here to narrow the score, but to get back, of course, the advantage of last stone going into end number 6.
Husk den køler lige om lidt. Kommer nu. Ophældet den er lang, er den ikke? Den er meget lang.
There's plenty of weight on this one anyway. The sweeper's holding back as the stone sails into the house and draws past the Canadian stone. Is it going right out?
Oh, that's very close though.
Could be 2 for Canada.
Well, I'm not going to guess. I've been wrong so many times already. So back and forth here, Emma Miskew.
Alex told me to put my stopwatch in.
And not quite sure what they agreed on in the end.
But it won't be a measure to determine whether it's 1 or 2.
I guess it's 1, according to our little scoreboard here anyway. So after 5 ends, 5 shots to 2 for Canada. Both teams will head into a 5-minute break, also called a halftime break. They'll have a chance to talk to the coaches, have a drink, a few snacks, and maybe talk over the game so far, and just to kind of set up a game plan for the next 5 ends. If you stick around, I think we'll have some highlights from the first half.
So, just a quick look back at the first half of the game. And here, Rachel Holman with her draw shot against 2, and she will come up well short and hand Denmark a deuce for an early 2-0 advantage. Nicest possible start for the Danes. But the second end, it's a pretty easy hit for 2 for Rachel Holman to tie the game back up at 2 points each. She does. Just about rolls too far, but it's good enough. And Canada pick up there to tie the game at 2-all. Then 3 steals give Canada the 5-2 lead, and we can look at the other game scores at this point. Germany trailing Scotland 5-2, so Scotland recovering after their big loss to Sweden earlier. Sweden maintaining their unbeaten run, 5-2 over USA, and Japan beating Latvia 6 shots to 2.
It is.
So Errol Morris is the coach for this Canadian team from Ottawa.
Emma's was down weight and it just went sideways. Like, if she's not positive, it's going to go on her. Doesn't matter where her hips are.
Really experienced coach.
They're going.
You're happy with the way she's coming at you?
She could definitely turn a little bit, but it's more about being positive. I think.
Listen to what they're saying.
Like, there was a little soft and just like, I had to go to her. It's just, it's all released right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you.
No.
So I think we're talking about the release, and that's well, I think it has been the problem for Team Canada, just being a bit too inconsistent with the throws, and it's made it a bit hard for Rachel Holman maybe to put the brush up in the right spot. Certainly if you pop them one time and then you're soft on the second, you never really know what's going to happen on the next shot after that. Well, we're going to take a look at the stats here. Canada really out shooting Denmark, although not with the high numbers. It's been a slightly sloppy game so far from both teams, really. Seems like Scotland always have fans over for the any championship. Good fan base.
Well, we'll see one or two of them before various World Women's events, World Men's events. So, and number 6 about to commence in this game, and Lisa Weigel will be the first to throw here.
Take a look. Not moving yet.
Last stone, of course, has been Denmark's for the last 3 ends, and they've failed to make anything of it, losing single points in all 3 of these ends. Lisa Weigel just bringing the stone right into the top of the 4-foot circle. That's the perfect spot for it.
Warm? No, like just
muscles. 81% in this game, Maria Poulsen. That's pretty good numbers, especially considering that Team Canada is top statting with 76% overall. One of the best ones out there, I believe.
Super retning. Godt, Maria. Godt spillet, Maria. Godt se.
So the corner guard thrown up by the Danes.
One more extension. Right there. Easy, okay, line's good. Line's really good.
Whoa. There. Right there. Watch the frost.
Stone
To it.
No bounce.
just going to be brought into the house as well.
Yep.
We're trying to freeze the first one.
Okay.
Not a bad effort. And this 5th end, Erica Brown for the United States.
Whoa.
There's a chance to get a 2 here to narrow the score against the dominant Swedes.
Whoa.
She just has to hit that out and lie. She will get her 2.
Helt hernede. Lidt længere, lidt længere. Ja, det er godt set. Godt spillet. Ja, Maria. Godt farvet, Pia.
So 5-4 Sweden over the USA back in this game.
Okay.
This is the first opportunity for Canada to clear the guards.
Clean. Nice throw,
She's
Alex.
had a better game so far.
Nice one.
Kraviazak 85%. With a nice peel, that's probably going to bump her up a couple of touches more.
Yeah. I have no idea what to do. Så er 07. 10 er sikkert fint nu.
Well, Jana Ellegaard, she's not quite being able to post with the same numbers as earlier in the week. Well, yesterday, really.
Retning er fin.
Yes, we're only on day 2, Sander.
Godt, Jenna.
But this is the 5th round of play. The games are staggered over, well, there's 12 teams, but only 4 sheets of ice. So you get 2/3 of all the teams playing at any one time.
Says you can roll on.
Takes 17 draw sessions to get through them all, so This is the fifth.
If you peel it, that's fine, Ali.
The Sunday evening game.
Yeah.
Good to know there's plenty of curling to go.
12 more round robin games.
Same weight.
Off the streets.
We're trying to roll it on.
Maybe not off the streets of Riga. Beautiful old town, Riga.
Sorry, Ali.
And I think the only city in Europe not to have been partly or semi-destroyed by some type of war over centuries and centuries, 900 years apparently.
I believe the town was founded in 1201. So it's pretty old.
900 years.
Yeah.
912 years.
Well, not quite 900. 813.
800 years. I did get an O grade in arithmetic, but it's gone pear-shaped tonight. Anyway, back to this. Canada exerting the pressure now, lying 3 stones in the front of the house, spread across, and leading 5-2. Denmark failing to make any impression on the Canadian lead in this end anyway. Game is in the house, that suits Canada. They lie 3, and they're not having to play a very shot with all that much challenge about it. Just take this back one of the Danes out. Straight hit on the nose to lie 4. And Lena Nielsen's draw weight has been costly in the last end or two, giving up the single points. She's going to be tested here potentially, lying 4 against. A few more stones to go, of course, in this end.
Yeah, 66% for Hella Simonsen. That's certainly not the numbers you want to see on a World Championship. Needs to improve her game, and could very well do that right now. But she's going to slip through the hole there.
And out the back.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do that one more time, actually.
It's out.
Well, let's see from the overhead. It's pretty snug port. So, a bit unlucky as well here, Simonsen. Certainly could have done something with that zone. Maybe poor communication. Emma Miskew, 67%. We've seen him make a lot of half shots, which I mentioned earlier was a problem against Scotland. Makes the peel here though. Trying to keep things open. Sometimes having too many stones in the house could be a problem, especially if there's a guard in play. So I guess we're looking for some type of freeze on the red ones. There's a nice pocket for Simonsen here.
It was there with the last stone too. This one's looking better for.
Here we go. That's really nice.
Okay, but Canada still lie 2.
Yeah, I think that's good. It's gonna hit this. Maybe I'll just tap it to here. Sorry?
Yeah, well,
like, how much
you're never going to be able to
be nice if
get
we
rid of that yellow.
It to move this
Not with
so
one
it
shot
doesn't sit
anyway.
Right on it.
Okay, you want to normal then?
Sorry?
Like a down normal?
Sure.
This guy's a different shooter.
So I think the call here is to play a hit and roll off the yellow towards the center line. Try and spell your own red stone at the far wing. Just kind of expose the yellow and try and sit 3.
Where are you hitting it?
I think I'd rather throw here.
Well, I don't think she's going to be able to remove the yellow with this first
And
stone
roll over.
of hers, but she can certainly make it more easy to remove if she gets another go at it with the next shot.
Yeah. Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
And
Nice shot.
makes
Good.
that pretty good. That was exactly the
Nice
call.
shot. That's 3, yeah?
Well, a rather nice result.
That turned out well.
Jeg tror, der sker, at vi placerer den der. Ja.
Day.
Tror du så, at vi har 2'eren?
Lena Nielsen in
Tror du ikke?
quite a lot of trouble here.
Tror du virkelig det? Altså helt seriøst? Ja. Fordi du vil jo røre det røde. Den der var ikke død. Men det gør den der op også. Ja, det tror jeg godt. Kan du lide den? Ja.
Jeg er næsten nødt til at gå efter en... Nej.
Hvad gør hun så?
Jeg kan ikke se, vi kan. Det er vi ikke nødt til at skyde. Jeg tænker,
What's she planning? Sander, you're Danish better than mine.
Jeg kan godt forstå
Det er bare, du får ikke noget bump den anden, du gør plads til. Nej, jeg tror, vi skal ned og fryse.
It's not the easiest of the Scandinavian languages to understand.
So it's not any better than mine then.
That's probably better, but we couldn't quite hear them. There's a bit of noise here in the arena. Obviously 3 other games going on, so I wasn't quite able to pick up what they were thinking, but I think they've elected to
Men hvad vil du så?
play a freeze.
Well, it looks like it, but it's
Vi kan få ramme rute, tror jeg.
quite a risky thing to do at this stage.
Jeg vil bare gerne have det væk fra 4 fod.
Tror jeg, kan vi få 2'eren, hvis vi rammer ruller
Stones in
på den i
front of
stedet
the
for?
tee line, of course, belonging to
Kan vi få 2'eren,
Canada.
hvis du rammer ruller? På den der? Nej. På den der? Her? Jamen, så skyder den bare ud. Nej, vi spiller rammer rullet. Den der. Ja. Erfaren.
So changing her mind in the hack here, often not the best option. If you change your mind, you might just want to go back down there. Just look it over once more and then just kind of reset. As you see, 45% for the Danish skip. It's not been on fire today.
Well, 45% explains why they're in a
Wow. Kommer nu. Wow.
poor situation in this game. Started off so brightly too with a 2, but
Jeg har 9,71.
actually electing just to hit that stone of Canada's out.
Den
But
var ikke helt god.
I think Rachel Holman will have
Den virkede ikke så
little
hurtigt.
difficulty in doing the same with her
I think any roll in
shot.
Yeah.
even knows.
Even if you roll this way. But I don't think that's good because it could be a triple. So. Yeah, he knows. Check that.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard them.
Yeah.
Going to play a nose hit, and if they win a roll, an inch or 2, it should be away from the other stones.
So just to confirm, 2 stones to go here. Denmark have the last stone advantage. They have had for the last 3 ends before this one.
It should be 3. I think if we roll an inch in, like that way, we're for sure 3.
Okay. How much?
Yeah, nice to have hammer, but
Goes here.
I think it's nicer to have some points on the board. 78% for Rachel Holman. I think that was the same percentages as the overall after 2 games. This is our 3rd game of the week. Lost to Scotland, won against Latvia today,
Nice shooting.
and certainly looking strong for a 2nd win against Denmark.
It would have been shot if we knows.
And with a good nose hit here, they will lie 3. And don't think it's going to be possible for Denmark to score 2. Just looking at the hit and roll in to score the single.
Den er lidt tricky, for den må ikke stå i den bagerste.
Really have to score here.
Yeah, I think the complication is she just hits right in the nose. She may not be the first shot. Needs a little bit of roll, perhaps. Yeah, that is the problem. Has to catch the inside slightly and roll across.
Not sure if that's enough. Looks like red. Again, I haven't been too good with these calls, but certainly looks like a steal of 1 for Canada. And as mentioned, Denmark really needed to score there. 4 points down on a hitting team like Canada. It's going to be really hard to come back, although still have 4 ends to go. We'll just have to wait and see. So back in action here at the Titlis Glacier Mountain World Women's Curling Championship 2013, obviously. It's Canada playing Denmark in our featured game here. 6 shots to 2 lead for the Maple Leaf. They've scored 5 ends in a row after Denmark scored their 2 in the first. And now really needs to go for their 2 to have a chance to get back in the game. It's not been a great game by Denmark, but certainly is Lene Nielsen, the skip, that has been struggling the most. Not pulling off her shots. I think that's the only thing that's stopping this Danish side from becoming very successful, as they're just a bit too inconsistent. That goes for Lene Nielsen as well. She sometimes she's just one of the best girls in the world, and she goes out and has a game like this. She can't really make too much. So
Can we hit it? Hit what?
can probably beat anyone, but certainly lose to any team. Also, many good teams here at the World Championship. We'll take a look at a couple of them right now. Quite the messy end between Japan and Latvia. And although Japan with a 4 shots lead, they have let the Latvians keep plenty of stones in play. And if I'm not mistaken, this looks like a draw to score 4. Iveta Stasa Sarsune will make it. It's certainly 3. And surely it's 4, and it's tied after 6. Big comeback from Latvia. So exciting stuff out here in the arena today. In our featured game, however, we're going to play cat and mouse. Denmark's going to put up the corner guards, and Canada and Kraviazak here. I'll just peel them off, and they're quite good at playing those shots. I won't see too many mistakes. Nelson has called the draw to come around the corner guard. Feels like she's waited long enough. Could have thrown a corner guard again here. Maybe off for a miss, but again, rarely do miss. Come into the house this early might just leave too many chances for Canada to remove your yellows. Comes a bit deep with the draw at that, but doesn't really matter. Nice shot by Jana. No hesitation from skip Rachel Homan. She's going to ask for the corner guard peel again. This time on the other side of the sheet. Seems to be in control. Allison makes two nice peels on this end.
What happened to you? My knees keep catching. They're really not feeling good.
You're not feeling well?
My knees keep catching.
Får du vist gøre en mere?
Havde du Maria?
Jeg havde 0-1.
So now they've pulled the corner guard here. So kind of the same approach, really. You come around the corner guard and then guarding again. Might have just been easier to put up a few corner guards more and then come around. But I think they'll find a nice spot with that one.
Technical time, but they messed up the time.
They what?
They messed up the time clock, so.
So seems to be a bit of an issue with the time clocks here.
I don't know. I don't think we
I think
do.
maybe they just called a technical timeout to
Carry on with our...
figure out what
Keep
happened.
going, or? No? Okay.
So both clocks will stop now, just as the umpires will figure out what happened and what needs to be done.
Well, someone's fired. Okay.
Top one? Yeah.
Someone's fired. Yeah, not sure if we're going to be that drastic about it.
Whoa.
Sometimes the timers might just slip up a little bit, but I think both teams have plenty of time left. And obviously the umpires will
Clocks are broken. Huh? Clocks are broken.
do a good job of
They told me to stop.
making up for any lost time. Usually you'd like maybe 7 minutes to play an end. With 30 minutes now, you have more than that to play this and the three next ends. Certainly time is not the issue for Denmark though. They're 4 points down on Team Canada. Makes the freeze at the top, and I think we'll see MMSQ play hit on the open stone.
Still rolling out. Sorry? You're hitting 3/4, and then you stop sweeping and let it go.
The last down of the sixth inning here for Maria Pritz, fourth player for Team Sweden. Looked like there was a couple of red stones in there. She's playing a run back to score a bundle, can't quite make it, jams the yellow. But it looks like the red stone at the top of the 8 foot is shot. And Sweden scores one. Big chance to pick up a huge score there. Couldn't quite make it, but they'll lead the game 6 shots to 4. We did see Maria Pritz make a an exceptional shot earlier today. Played the run back to pick out Latvia's best shot for 4. But not quite able to do that now. Back in our game though. Nice draw by Hella Simonsen to come around the top ones. But I think we might just see a couple of yellows fly here.
A little more ice then. Heel.
Throwing big weight here, Rachel Homan. She certainly can. Trying to catch this high side. Spill the top yellow, drag this one onto there, and perfect shot by Rachel Homan. The lies 3, no guards, no cover whatsoever.
It's out.
I don't think it hit.
They just told me to pull it off.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, great result.
Ali just stared at it.
Just
Yeah, I
passes
guess
the
like
back
if it
stone.
touches the sponge at all.
Which they had it worked out before that would happen. So the delivery may not have been pretty, but the result was effective.
Du får ikke 2 på det alligevel. Hun stod så hårdt. Og hvis jeg ligger lige foran, så lægger hun garden, så får vi ikke noget alligevel.
Steamrollered into
Det er bare skyde. Det er bare
submission
skyde
in
på
this
det!
game. 6-2 they trail now. 3 stones remaining in this
Du får ikke noget ud af at gå
7th
herned.
end.
Så skal du lægge dig her, men så smadrer hun bare på det.
And actually, they've only scored in the first end.
Så skal du bombe. Det kan kun være, fordi vi ligger krydset lige på. Og hun
Canada's
har
Rachel Homan.
hele vanten, og så vi kan få den godt. Den går nu, tror jeg ikke, du kan.
After that, it's been Canada all the way.
Just kind of have to wonder if Lena Nilsson would have been able to score one on either the 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th end. The game might have been a bit different.
Altså, mit eneste andet bud ville være fryset.
Yeah, she just hasn't made her
Men så er
shots
vi
in
ude
these
på
ends
samme
at
som
all.
før, selv hvis du laver fryset, og hun laver en garden.
And now they're looking to play a double here, and you really don't want to be playing doubles when you're 4 down. Just want to draw into the house and lie 5. But that's not going to happen. I think they're going to have a hard time even scoring 2 here. Let's see what she's got. Won't get a double, rolls pretty much in the open. And I think Homan will be able to play a nose hit here in lie 3.
Just roll like 3 inches in.
And Rachel Homan
No, it's fine.
played in the World Junior Curling Championships in 2010,
probably up normal.
finishing
Okay. We gotta miss the back.
with the silver medal, along with Emma Lister and the rest of the team.
Up, clean it. Up. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. 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 Roll it here. Whoa. No. 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 Okay.
So hit on the nose and it rolls across. Well, just slightly off the nose, rolls across to line 3. The only shot now for Lena Nielsen is a hit on the nose for 1 to keep alive. And over on sheet A, Scotland running out 9-2 winners over Germany. Germany
Die müssen nicht rauf, die müssen runter.
starting with 2 wins, but not surviving the might of Eve Muirhead and her team tonight.
Yeah, Scotland got crushed by Sweden earlier today, 11-2, and it's pinged back apparently by the crushing win over Germany. So well on them as we take a look at the last stone of the 7th here. 6th time in a row for Lena Nelson to try and score.
not sweeping this. Needs to hit on the nose to stay. Well, she's going to lose some more, and she does. 2 more.
Yeah, it's not her day. Really not her day. And another steal of 2 this time. And it's going to be 8 shots to 2 after 7 ends. And you got to wonder if he might just call it quits here.
Yes, enough's enough.
Thank you.
Not going to come back from an 8-2 deficit against this Canadian team, that's for sure.
Do you have to bring the rocks back?
So Canada will win this
They bring the rocks back, right? You don't have to do that.
game against Denmark.
Well, they need us to do the
Final score
practice.
8-2.
Thanks, good to come back after that first set.
Way to wake up.
Takes them
Den
onto
där den kul lagt min
one
man
loss
första
record after 3 rounds.
Ja, det är lite meningsfullt att göra det.
The losing game because we fell asleep.
Oh no. Now we look horrible.
Totally dominated the play.
We're used to the Canadian officials who are like, we'll bring everything back.
Lost 2 in the first end, but after that, the game was never really
We didn't know if we
any
had to
doubt
take them back or
whatsoever.
not.
We didn't know we were supposed to
This
bring
will be
them
okay.
back. In our Canadian playdowns, they're like, oh, just leave them, we'll take them back. Yeah. Yeah, well, we did.
And we will shortly bring you the later stages of the game between Sweden and the United States
Var den fri då?
on the adjacent sheet of ice. Maria Pritz looking at the shot she's being asked to play here. Sweden lie second shot, but the US have got one locked
Känns ju som
onto
att
the
den
side of
borde
it.
dubbla där. Den borde ju dubbla där.
Margarita Sigfridsson there.
Får väl prova i alla fall.
So there's the scoreline. 3 in the second end and 2 in the fourth, giving Sweden their advantage of 6 shots to 4. And now the only other game in play tonight is Latvia against Japan.
Sen ligger vi kvar så har de i
It's
vicken
tied
dit.
at 6-6. Big cheers a few minutes ago when Latvia scored 4 to tie the game up. But we're
Bestämde. Jag har jättesvårt att se dem där. Det känns som man kan volda ut den. Men...
having a long look at this.
En tredjedels träff borde vi få ut alltihopa.
And the problem is, whichever side of the stone
Få
they
inte
hit,
ut den.
they're going to lock the yellow one onto one of the reds, the yellow belonging to USA, as you can see from the scoreboard colours. And Sweden lying 4 other red stones, but that stone belonging to the United States, quite difficult to remove. They can move it within the house, but they can't readily remove it out of the house. So Maria Pritz.
Nej!
Well, that was always the problem. Now, the problem for the US this is how to try and turn the advantage they've just got from that shot into
now then we gotta make a double.
a score of
So,
2 to tie up the game at 6-6. That's their aim.
like 9.5? Okay. There?
On the right there was Debbie McCormick, former world champion back in 2000.
I think this is good here. Maybe, actually, we do need to get to nose. I think I might only need to throw a 10 or something. So we want to get to nose. Should I take a little more? I think a little more. Yeah, all right. 10?
Winnipeg in Canada was
10?
here. Debbie McCormick won.
No, I think we're okay.
She is now playing with Erica Brown, of course, from Madison, Wisconsin, originally. Now living in Oakville, in Canada.
No. Clean. Whoa, no! Roll it hard, roll it hard.
Pretty big weight at that. That was the problem
All right,
there.
girl.
It just rolled across to leave the two stones lying, locked together.
It's okay.
Got out the way.
She's sweeping.
Det känns nästan lättare att försöka få ut det än att försöka få precis mitt på. Den där kommer ju att röra sig lite i sidled.
Actually, Debbie McCormick, Erica Brown got away with a fortunate result. Maybe they're not absolutely locked together, but it's still challenging to remove both of them. These two yellow stones.
Ja, träff.
Probably need to hit next to that brush on that side of the front yellow to
Någon
shoot both of
centimeter
them out of the house. Probably needs to be pretty heavy weight too. Danger is that one of them will remain. Yep, big weight from Maria Pritz at this.
Ja.
It's a pretty good shot, but not out. And it leaves Erica Brown with a chance to hit that stone on the
I think 9 out there.
left-hand side of the house on the nose, and the Americans will pick up 2 to tie up the game.
That's us out there. Yeah, 9.
So, important hit for the United States here. They trail 6-4 and a chance to tie it up at 6-6.
No!
Been down in this game other than the first end. Oh, that's a poor one. Actually, it's a shocker at that stage to play a shot like that. If she had erred on the other side and hit the inside, she's the whole house to roll across. She knows that's a vital error at a critical stage in this game. Sweden are happy. They only gave up 1 when they should have really given up 2 there. So 6-5, the US trail now in 7 ends, 3 more ends of play remaining. scoreboard.
Try it, Annie.
United States started with a last shot advantage. And a big opportunity missed with that hit and run from Erica Brown in the last end. So Sweden now with last stone and one up. Favourites to win this game.
Linjen är fin. Linjen är bra. Ja, ser ut att räcka.
Margarita Sigfridsson trying to come around here.
Hänga 4 bara. Bra spel.
Got a curl. Wait. Got a curl. Yep, if you can. If you can. 3. If you can. Come on. Yes. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Hard. Go. Keep going. Good shot.
The lead player for the US and Swiss Helm. He lives in Chicago. Our second stone here. This is our 5th World Women's Championship.
Har inte spelat så mycket här. Pass på att det kan gå trögare.
Playing quite well too. Swiss Helm, 94%.
Ja, helst ingen duck. Bara frys. Frys om ni kan. Jättefin linje. Perfekt linje. Bra spel. Bra Magan. Bra skött. Härligt. Yeah. Need to get to nose. Can you get to nose with that?
USA being
Yeah.
fairly aggressive, putting up 2 center guards.
Okay.
Well, sometimes you kind of have to
I think this is
be
okay.
that aggressive if you
That's
want to
fine.
maybe steal. Maybe a nice end steal in the 8th, tie it up. And knowing that Sweden has the upweight ability, you just got to make sure to have a few stones around.
Nothing. Whoa.
So Jessica Schultz looking to tap up all the red ones. I just think she overthrew that one. Just a bit too much weight.
Okay, Jeff.
Just gonna tick off him. Not really doing much. Sweden will be sucked into play into the forfeit area, but certainly she makes a good draw here. It's USA on the back foot.
Nej, det kan vi inte.
So, calling this one top of the 8.
Well, that wasn't a very good result, Sander.
Yeah, just
Who's that?
Det är bra.
Winterstrom allowing the pretty easy double take out here.
Gick vi hårt på den då?
Perhaps the triples on.
I can hard to see from here if she will make
I'd
contact with that
like to
third
leave
one.
our
Det är mycket
shooter.
rakare på den sidan. Det kommer senare eller vad? 62.
10.
So we're not going to play too much weight here, I think. As she said, it's important to keep your shooter around. Just come to nose here, maybe even slightly inside. I'll see Wennerstrom is out shooting Schultz, so it's a bit up and down for players here. Sweden's got the, USA got the best lead, but Sweden's got the best second. I think that although Sweden is lying 3, that's kind of a good result. Still, you've moved them away from the forfeit.
Kanske lättare att dra bort en bra
Two of them
dragning.
are behind the tee line, which also helps. You can draw right to them, freeze against them.
You open both turns here as well. You can come on the out turn and the in turn for USA. So it doesn't really matter where Sweden puts this one. You'll have a chance to come into the forfeit. And I think Sweden just realised this, and they're going to peel the guard. I wonder if they actually called a double peel here. Maria Wennerström with the peel. Not quite the double, but avoids the jam, so good enough there. Smart call not to
Like that.
come around again. Just clear things up.
9.5.
So those reds are just maybe just a bit too spread out. It'd be nicer to keep them maybe at the back of the four where you could freeze onto them.
Clean. Yep.
So
Whoa.
running a bit scared
Yeah,
here.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
And
Whoa.
I called a hit and roll
All you can.
instead of the draw.
Okay.
It's understandable, but it's a lot tougher to make the roll rather than the draw in behind. And you're not really putting any pressure on Sweden at the moment. Gonna jam that one.
You like
You
this?
say a lying shot at the moment.
What do you want? Need an 8. 8, 9. 8, 9. Line's good. All the way back. Well, watch this. Yeah, we'll leave it for the jam here. Okay.
So the US suddenly looking a little bit brighter at this end, in one sense, in that they lie a couple of stones in the house, but they are completely visible for Sweden to deal with. No guards in play whatsoever, and of course Sweden have last stone advantage. So I think it's very much advantage to the Swedish team.
Christina Bertrup looking for a hit and not a double, but we're looking to move that yellow in a bit further, I think, to line 3. We'll allow USA to make a hit and roll back to sit 2. Gotta be careful not to set up a double here, though.
You gotta roll over to the. Yeah.
If Sweden ever could score 2 in the 8th here, they would be looking pretty strong. I think USA was obviously looking to steal in this end, but I don't think they're going to be doing that. As you mentioned, Richard, there's no guards in play, so pretty sure that Maria Pritz will have a shot to score the 1. And now actually has a shot to lie 3.
Good sweeping, guys.
Couldn't quite roll far enough away I don't think this should be a big problem for
Feeding.
the Swedish fourth player. Big thrust out the hack.
There's the statistics. Puts out shooting Erica Brown by 7%.
I think that's good enough. Doesn't remove the elo, but lies 3. That's the most important thing. And what you do now, if you're Erica Brown.
Well, the draw.
Freeze on the back.
I was going to say the draw to the back stone, but as she said, the freeze on the back stone. This has to be extremely accurate, or she faces giving up 4 shots here. Sweden have the last stone advantage, and they're leading 6-5.
Gotta be back there.
The last shot here of Erica Brown.
Gotta be back
for
on it.
United States.
Yeah, this is pretty much have to be absolutely perfect, even if you're just slightly angled this one. I think Maria Pritz will be able to blast it out for 2.
Got it, curl.
Huge weight.
This one's just too heavy, and nose hit or anywhere on the right side of the stone. It's good enough to score 2, maybe 3. Or Maria Pritz. Don't we have to score 3? I think 2 is sufficient, but certainly with a 3, pretty much kill off the game. It's basically a nose hit here.
Känns inte trångt härifrån. Have to go real hard.
Feeling pretty confident that Maria Pritz is going to make this shot. Last stone of the 8th end. 1 point lead for Sweden already. This should be pretty close to score 3. And there we go. A trio of red stones on the house for Sweden. And it's 9 shots to 5 lead now after 8 hands. I'm sorry to say, Richard, but I think it's going to be really difficult for the United States to swing this one around.
The other game we can see here in play at the moment is Japan and Latvia. The other 2 finished earlier. Host nation giving Japan a run for their money. See the 3-pointer in the 8th end to give Sweden the dominant advantage. 4 shots up now, going down the 9th.
In.
Oh.
Tänker du 0 eller 20?
Sigfridsson threw her stone through the back.
Nej.
Going for the tech shot here, I think.
Just enough to shoot the counter to the edge and run. Shoot her out of play, but wasn't particularly accurate.
Det är bra.
No, not really, but it's a difficult shot. Should have been closer though. Certainly, just had a bit of a wobble out the hack. And Swisshelm, although we haven't watched
Can you get it down to here,
the whole
down to
game,
3?
the stats
Can you line them
will
up?
tell you that she's had a pretty good game.
I think you gotta go.
Looks
Yep.
like this guard is
Yep.
gonna
Yep. Yep.
be in a nice spot as well.
Good shot.
Keeps them level, so no double for Sweden.
No, but having got the lead stones out of the way, they'll have no hesitation in removing them all if they can. US stones. Trying to hit them out of play.
Ja. Det är bra.
On Jessica Schultz now. We'll also look for the corner guard.
Shot, Jess. Judge, guys.
Should have a fair chance of scoring 2 here for sure. With a mistake from Sweden, maybe score 3. So it's not over yet.
Samma fart!
I think if you score 2 here, you're certainly going to play another end. See if you can steal a 2 in the 10th as well.
A little bit.
But firstly, just to play these corner guards accurately. Can't set up a double for Christina Birchup. Because she can make them if they're there.
Come on. Yep, come on. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Oh, good. Good shots, Jess. Good judge.
So doing the simple things well here. Corner guards in the right spot. No problem for Birchup here. Gonna pick off the yellow corner guard. And meanwhile, we have a very interesting game between Japan and Latvia. It was a 4 shots to lead. 4 shots lead for Japan, and then Latvia scored 4. Japan was able to score 2 back. And now we're in the 8th end. Latvia looking to tie the game up. Again, a team effort on the scrub. And Veta, Stasa, Sarsuni will actually come a bit deep, but good enough to score 2. Certainly, it will please the crowd here in Riga. So all tied up after 8 ends between Latvia and Japan.
Bra, Nina.
And Sweden
80.
managing to keep this end pretty clear.
Maria spelar ju 60 nu.
Debbie McCormick with her second shot here in the 9th end. And of course, she won this championship in 2003, as I mentioned earlier.
Line's good. Line's great. 7 if you can, guys. Room. Room. Switch and go. Yep. 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 Gotta go. Come on. Finish it hard. Finish it hard. Come on. Bury it. Come on. Yep. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Got it, girl. Good sweep, guys. Good job, Debbie.
Lite grann. Spela en nolla eller något.
Good one.
Oj. Jag har typ 3 centimeter. Gå
Good
tajt på
shot there
garden när vi
from
spelar en
Denny
clearing.
McCormick. Maria Pritz skips first stones here in the 9th end. Just going for the clearance of the front guard.
Kör!
Great shot from Maria Pritz, especially if that ends up in the house. Which it might be.
Same speed, like 65,
Just.
70 to tee.
Don't think that really matters though.
Little less. Little less.
USA have last stone, and they're just looking to split the rings.
That should be good, huh? Got lots of room there.
Just want this on the tee line.
Just tee line. Just tee line only.
Exactly.
So looking to score 2 as a minimum. Erica Brown.
Oh, that's a nice draw. Certainly no double on. And Maria Pritz will just play a nose hit here, even roll in towards the 4-foot. Make Erica Brown play the hit for 2.
Ligger ganska bra.
So there we are. Just enough. To line shot. And Erica Brown will have the nose hit for 2. That's basically what Sweden played for as well. They knew they were giving up 2 all way, but they're going to be happy with a 2-point lead and hammer in 10th.
So last stone for Erica Brown here on the 9th end.
No, no.
Trailing 9-5. Hit on the nose for 2, or hit to stick in the house anyway for 2 for the United States. Well, this time she makes it, but the last time was the important time, which she was playing down in that direction. Could have tied the game up, only scored the single point.
Jävlar. En omgång kvar.
So 9-7 the score now, with 1 end remaining.
So, if you tune in to watch Canada play Denmark and then you nipped off to the supermarket and now you're back and you see Erica Brown on the sheet, well, that's because Rachel Homan beat Lena Nelson's Danish side after 7 ends, and we've nipped over to this sheet to watch a bit more of an exciting game. Although Sweden with a 2-point lead here should be pretty strong. We're in the 10th end. USA needs to steal 2 for the extra, and it's Margareta Sigfridsson is looking for a thick shot. As we mentioned early in the broadcast, you're not allowed to remove the guards from play, but you're allowed to neutralize them with just moving him to the side, and that's a, I was going to say tremendous shot, but no.
Bra försök, Megan.
It will touch the foam bumper, and that will mean that Erica Brown can replace her stone.
Ja.
And this red one will go out to play. And the way to steal a couple is certainly to get some guards in play. Try and make advantage of that free guard zone.
Line's good. Right around it.
The trouble
Line's
for the
good.
US here is they don't have the last stone advantage, and
Yep,
they're
come on.
trying to steal
Come
2
on, girls.
points.
Come
To
on,
tie
go,
the
go,
game.
go. Yep, far as you can now, far as you can. Space them out. Let's go. Come on, keep going, keep going. Make
Advantage
them
is very
come.
much
Go, 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 go.
Sweden's.
Good shot, Tanny.
Having another go at this tick shot, which is just to touch the first stone over to the edge and leave your shooter in play. Well, she just missed it altogether there, so.
She did feather it, Richard.
6.
Really? I don't think she did.
No. Oh, I thought she did. Anyway, 2 center guards up.
Line's good.
So
Close,
nice
yep,
set up
yep.
play
Room.
again by Anne Swisshelm.
Got
Now it's
room.
Jessica Schultz to follow up with the intern draw to come
Got a
around.
curl. Yep, yep, finish it. Come on, yep. All the way in. Go hard. Go, 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 go. Gotta go. Keep going, keep going. Go, Debbie. Go, 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 go. Good
It's
shot.
a good weight getting to the top of the forefoot, but it's completely round, and Sweden having no hesitation but to remove the front stones. That tactic at the last time they were coming down this way worked very much in their favour, and they ended up scoring 3. So clear the guards off, if possible more than one. Well, she nearly got them both, but it ended up only the
Jättebra.
furthest forward guard belonging to
I think right in.
the US removed. Still one there though, which is
Ja, svinnära.
important for Erica Brown and her team.
Jo, det gick någon millimeter bara. Den styrde i nästan, skavde i nästan. Jag tror nästan den var i.
Got room. Wait if you can. Wait if you can. Room. Whoa. Wait for it. You still 5? Yep, go. Hard, hard, hard. Hard. Come on, go. Keep going, keep going. Keep going.
So that one could have been doing with being round a bit further. So, Wennerstrom again heading for the guard, trying to remove it and hopefully take another yellow one with her. Will she do it?
Kör.
No.
Bra, Maria.
She hit it but locked it on, and only one yellow stone
Det är bra spelat.
went out of play there. So
Härligt.
Sit 2.
Sweden not quite succeeding in removing the guards this time coming down here. Devin McCormick will try to replace that guard.
Whoa, then. Whoa, higher the better. No. We tapping it? Yep. 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 Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep, 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 yep. Go, 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 go.
What you don't want to do is leave the stones too close together, and that's just, actually that's not very good at all, because it gives a great chance to the Swedish team to remove 2 yellows with one of their stones.
think they'll be able to, though.
Well, no, that was a bit of a loose shot.
One and a half, 2 as called, and that would be just the number system. Lots of team use to divide up the playing zone. One would be more or less just over the hog line. So just wanting this one high up.
Clean, line's good.
Don't want to come too deep as they did with their previous one.
Where are you? Yep.
So 2 would be halfway between the hog line and the house. And just trying to keep it alive to make it curl a bit more.
Good shot.
I think that's really nice there. Covers the shot stone. But there's an angle on the yellows. Christina Birchup could make everything move here. Most importantly, though, need to pick off the centre guard. If you can ever rattle another yellow, it'd be pretty nice. Again, just not curling enough to do that.
Nina, är den med den där? Det var läge att göra.
I was thinking guard and then split. You like that? Guard. Same spot, I think, as Debs. Throw 90. Is that what you said?
We're down to Erica Brown's first stone here of the 10th end. Needs to steal 2 for the extra. Line 1 at the moment. Throwing the guard at it. Looking for a curl here. Need to come a bit closer to the centre line.
Good job.
I think might be enough. Or will Maria Pritz be able to see any of the shot zone here? Just going to slide a bit closer to the hack and take a look from there.
Jag måste titta hur mycket jag har. Se en tredjedel ungefär.
Well, I think she can take this one out, Sander.
Yeah, just told her skip that. She sees about a third of the stone. And with that guard being only halfway, should be able to come around here. Not taking too much ice. So I'm going to come fairly close to the guard here. It'd be nice to stick around. Oh. That's pretty much the worst result. Takes the centre guard. You know, if she came past it, removed the yellow, it would be game over. Although, well, there may have been a split for United States to lie to, but
We called a timeout, just so you know.
now Erica Brown has a pretty good chance here.
Or we could tap it.
I think you might just have to come. Just half checked in behind the centre.
Christmas tree just to get them both in a little
Exactly.
tighter.
Christmas tree. Do you know what that is, Richard?
Do you like just tap? You like crossing it and tapping it to the button, and then we're
No.
here and here, or just you draw here?
Tell me about
And
a
then she's
Christmas
got
tree.
to draw to the
It's more of a North
Middle of
American
March.
term, I think. We used it the other day.
Really?
Just to kind of stagger the stones in an angled line, so you only see the outside of every stone.
Straight draw around.
And I think that's the call here, and just show maybe half of both
Yeah.
the stones in the house.
Yeah, it's pretty tough now. It's pretty tough. Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Bill to Hunter
I think this. No.
to give some advice. I think
Okay, I'm gonna play the draw.
It was pretty clear that they're going to play the draw here, so just stick this one right in between the two yellows in the house, or all the top ones, of course, just outside, but I think you get the point here. Just top 8 foot.
Like a lot. It's like kind of a lot. Little less.
Just curl across the face of your shot stone a wee bit. Top 12 even. It's pretty good.
65 now, 70.
So potentially the last one for Erica Brown here is to find a good spot just to make it a bit difficult for Maria Pritz.
It's gotta curl, Amayo. It's gotta curl.
Oh, line for line so far. Really got across the center here.
Yep.
Has to swing
Yeah,
now.
move it.
It is swinging. She has found a perfect line, but maybe just a bit too tight to her own shot stone.
But is it a Christmas tree? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, pretty much. Although the two last branches are a bit too close together.
Indeed.
But, you know, it does the job here. The thing now for Maria Pritz is she can only see about thick half of the first one. If she ever overthrows it and just ticks off the first one, you might just leave two yells around and give up the two. So it's a pretty decent attempt from Erica Brown, but with a player of Maria Pritz's caliber, I think the game should be in the bag for Sweden.
Just has to remove one of these stones. They're onto it immediately.
Yeah, it's never a good sign.
Signifying it
But
could be tight, but no, I think it's now in control.
yeah, just a precautionary, I think. Here we go. Gets the double even. And
one goes, the other stays.
yeah, no need to sweep that one. Won the game anyway.
Good game. Thank you.
So 9-8, the final score for Sweden over the US.
Good game, guys. Good game. Good game. Hang in there.
Sweden certainly one of the favourites to stand on top of the podium on next Sunday. They seem quite happy with picking up a win here. Alternate player Agnes Knockenhauer comes out and we'll give them all hugs all around. Is this the team that will represent Sweden at the Olympics in
It's decided.
Sochi? That's what I hear. Inside information, if it's not official.
Well, this Swedish team that we just saw have never won the World Championship, but they have won the Europeans. So just in a few moments we will let you see. So the highlight ends from our feature game earlier, which involved Canada against Denmark. Canada's Rachel Holman team from Ottawa. Fourth end.
Jeg tror ikke, vi kan få 2 på det alligevel.
Canada are leading 3 shots to 2. Lenny Nielsen. Her last stone here and in number 4. Trying to remove the Canadian stones, but leaving one lying, and another steal of a point to Canada.
So I didn't exactly see what was going on.
This time Canada lying 3 with Nielsen's last stone to come. Sixth end. And once more, two of them go, but front Canadian stone lying to give Canada a 6-2 advantage. And then this is a straightforward hit on the nose for Lena Nielsen to tighten the score up to 6-3. But unfortunately for her, the shot hits and rolls out, leaving Canada lying two more, and with it they shake hands and Canada win the game 8-2. So other scores in the evening play here were 9-2 for Scotland over Germany. As we just saw, 9-8 Sweden against the United States, and Japan stole 2 points in the last end to win 11-8 over the hosts Latvia. So the standings after 5 rounds of play on Sunday evening: Switzerland and Sweden undefeated on 3-0. Canada, Germany, Scotland and Russia all on 2-1, along with Japan. US and Denmark on 1-2, and Latvia, Italy and China, perhaps surprisingly, on 0-3.
So we only saw 7 ends out there today. What was the main difference between the teams?
It was close. I mean, right to the end, her last shot kind of put the game away, just a little bit wide. But I mean, they were in it with every shot, and we had to make sure that we played really well tonight.
So this being your first World Championship, coming over to Europe, and you're playing in Riga, is it different to play here than back home in Canada?
Yeah, especially at the Skies this year. We were in our hometown, so we had a lot of fans and family there supporting us, and so a little bit different this time around. I think we've got 6 so far, so we've got a couple more coming later in the week, but definitely the fan and the crowd was a little bit different, but it's a new experience and we're having a lot of fun.
2 wins, you happy so far?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously 3 wins would have been better, but we're learning as we play each game and find the lines and kind of grooving the ice, so we're excited to play tomorrow morning.
Right, thank you, congrats.
Thank you.
So it just remains for me to say good night from Riga, from me, Richard Harding, and from Sandra Rovak. And please join us for more curling tomorrow.